there is a big problem I have between sarcasm and the way that's digested in the UK versus the way it's digested in America, because it doesn't really work over there. And I have found that out.
Going back to Frank, now obviously I remember all of the stuff, the Who Wants It, the posters and stuff that came out. Look, realistically, you were never going to get that. But would it have not worked better for British boxing if you'd have had that lunch?
Cool. The lunch.
Does it not show willingness?
Yeah, I mean, actually, we did arrange a lunch, but I got COVID.
But that was how long ago?
October, about 12.
So over a year ago.
But the problem is, a lot of those fights that actually...
Yeah, no, of course, yeah. I get that.
To be honest, like...
Would you have looked at it as you're helping Frank out?
Of course. You know,
but would it have not helped your business in some way?
Not really.
Doing those fights?
Not really. I mean, I remember the list. Was it Dubois against Dillian White, which at the time, obviously...
Yeah, it was a ridiculous fight. Yeah.
I mean, the only one that stood out was Boatsy against Yard.
I think one of the other ones was Andrew. Again, forget the poster.
Yeah.
But
so, and I think one of them was Andrade against Williams.
Which was a mandatory.
And I made it on my show. So, but... It's not arrogance when I say, like, look, anyone can go to company's house and look at individual businesses. Like, we're in absolute prime position. And there's things that go on behind the scenes, you know, emails going to people and trying to stop things and disrupt things. And that's what happens every day for us. Not so much now, but during that period. So you see that, and I arrange a meeting, and then at the same time, someone from Frank Warren's office is emailing the board saying they want to see David Diamante's flight details because they think he didn't quarantine they think he was a day short on his quarantine. And it's like, so we have to send the board, and he was fine. But it's like, what are you doing? Like, and it's niggling, and it's quite personal. Like, for the same things you talk about, Al Heyman and stuff like that. You know, this is more personal because they're trying to disrupt business. I don't mind you call me what you want, but actually to go above and beyond and write 3 or 4 page emails and legal letters and like you guys don't see that. So in the end, you think to yourself, why would I want to have a meeting with you? Why would I want? I don't like the way you do business. So why do I want to do business with you? All right, I get the good for British fight fans and stuff like that, but. You know, at the end of the day, you got to focus on your own business, and we like what we're doing.
Is that? Yeah, I completely get that. I understand from. I mean, obviously, I'm a business owner of a completely different scale, obviously, but working for the best of the sport and the fighters in general, because you've spoken openly about kind of, let's call it, monopolising boxing, being the Dana White, so to speak, of boxing, having the UFC of boxing. Are you not going to have relationships with promoters, or because it seems to me like you're very much a smash the door down, we're here, we got this, we got that. There's the video with Coogan that's always on No Context Hearn, too old, too this, out of the way, we're coming through in the middle. Is that the way to go if you want to kind of monopolise the whole sport? Is that not going to bite? Has it not bitten you in the arse?
Do you know what, Rob? It's my way, right? So I will always like to be remembered for being me and being real and not being a snide. And that's me. So I agree with you. When I went into America, a mistake that I made was coming out and saying, I'm gonna be number one. We're going to smash you guys to pieces. But that's me, British Bulldog, going in there and being me. I weren't going to go in and be sneaky or snidey and say, no, we're just looking to, just come in soft launch and then, make friends and work together for the good of the industry, because I'm lying. So I'm looking to take complete control of boxing globally. That's my plan. I'm telling you my plan. Right? Now, maybe it might be brighter or, more, strategic to actually go in quietly, but that's just not me. Do you know what I mean? So, and I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be as big as we are or as successful as we are without that bullish attitude to go in and try and dominate. In terms of relationships, I think it would be more beneficial if we had a better relationship with PBC for both of us. Yeah. Right? The relationship with Top Rank is fine. We make fights all the time with Top Rank. Right? So Golden Boy are on the same platform. We'd like to do more, but we can pick up the phone and make any fight with them. So it's not really like we've got bad relationships where we can't make fights. PBC is the only one where I feel that they just don't want to do business with us. So hopefully that will change. But if we went in tippy-toeing around, it's not fun. I I want to upset people. I want to disrupt the business. That's what DAZN have done, better than anybody, is to go in and disrupt the marketplace. And that's what we are. We're disruptors, but we're also long-term players. We're not fly-by-nights, just pop in and if it doesn't work out. So, and people have said to me before, don't you think that maybe when you went into America, should have just gone under the radar a little bit? Nah, not for me.
Okay, final question, because we've got to get over to the weigh-in.
Correct.
Parker Chisora 2, live and exclusive on DAZN. There you go, Eddie.
Thank you, mate.
Tyson Fury. I never thought he was coming back. You obviously never thought he was coming back, or you thought he was going to come back. And, we've heard kind of inklings and what have you about the meeting that you had, the infamous meeting, and we saw him in Monaco that time.
Yeah.
Regret?
I honestly never regret anything. And I think it's hard because AJ is, one, he's a very close friend of mine. Two, I put everything into and to have those guys together, I always wanted those guys to fight and AJ to be our guy and going, I could just imagine beating him. And with Tyson, I flew him out to Monaco. He was 26. I mean,
He was massive.
he was sitting where you are. He was sweating. And I just thought to myself, you ain't ever fighting again. And the plan was to have 2 easy fights. By that, we meant Sefa Seferi and those kind of guys, which he had.
Yeah.
But then have a step up and fight, Manuel Char or someone like this. And I was thinking, now, if I would have known that he would have gone Sefa Seferi, somebody else, and then Deontay Wilder, I would have been all over it. But I have a huge amount of respect for Tyson Fury. People sometimes get it mixed because sometimes he'll say this and I'll say that. But this is a guy that done certainly what most couldn't do, or probably I couldn't do, which was to get himself from a physical position where he was finished, done, to not just fighting fit, but to go and win the World Heavyweight Championship. So some people will always feel that I speak, I never really say anything bad about Tyson Fury. Sometimes I thought he was the best heavyweight in the world. He's gone on to prove to me that right now, on paper, he's the number 1 heavyweight in the world. I don't mind saying it. I respect people that go on and achieve success and greatness. He is on another team, I guess, if you could call it that. But, he proved me wrong. And I don't have regret. Would I like to be involved in Fury Wilder? Of course. That's my bread and butter. That's what I live for. But at the same time, I know we have Dillian Whyte and Chisora and these kind of people, but AJ, it would have been a really awkward situation to try and have both. But you can't say you wouldn't want to respect a fighter like and a character like Tyson Fury because, he's become a big star.